Hello there, welcome into the first edition of the SAU Men's Basketball Coaches Show. I'm Daniel Gallegos, joined alongside head men's basketball coach Andy Sharpe. And Coach, the season is finally upon us. I know it's been it probably seems like a long time from the last time you guys played in the conference tournament last year up to this point. Anxious to get back on the court. We'll go ahead and we'll start off talking a little bit about the preseason. Obviously, each year you've always got to do that mix of returners and newcomers coming in. One of the returners I think that everybody is very familiar with is Jerron Davis, an outstanding guard last year in his first year. I think really turned a lot of heads and showed the type of player, prolific scorer he is. Talk a little bit about him returning and then some of the other guys back and how important it is to have them back.
Well, obviously we're very, very glad Jerron's back, and he's really done a tremendous amount of growing between the end of last season and the start of this year. Not even so much on the floor, but off the floor, and from a game management standpoint, approaching each day like he's got a one-day contract, and he's really accepted more responsibility this year. Jerron is a great scorer. He finished, I think, in the top 5 in scoring last year, but he's got talents that a lot of other guys on our team especially don't have. He has the ability to make everyone on the floor better. And last year it was there was some struggle with balancing that, with trying for him to score, which we needed him to score a lot last year, and also getting others involved. And he's really taken that task to hand this year and really accepted that more. And our two scrimmages, he's really distributed the ball nicely. He's managed the game well, and we've tried to get Jerron to understand we don't want him to take less shots. We want him to take better shots, and for it to come within what we're trying to do. And he's really stepped up from that standpoint. And he knows this is his last go around, and he's hungry. And Jerron Davis, when he's hungry, is a force to be dealt with. So we're really happy that he's going to spearhead our program on both ends of the floor this year.
Looking to some of the newcomers, obviously once we get into the season, some of these names will become familiar names for us year in and year out. But maybe who are a couple of newcomers that maybe we should put on our radar initially until we start seeing them throughout the year?
I think overall our guard group is a lot better this year collectively than we were last year. We can do more things. Deshaun Dockery is a 6'3", 6'4" slasher. He's a left-handed kid from Northwest Mississippi. From Memphis originally, really knows how to get to the basket and finishes, makes free throws when he gets in there and gets fouled. Tough kid, plays hard. Colby Dismuke is a local kid. He went to Waldo and then Magnolia. He's kind of a non-traditional student, and he brings a toughness. He has instant credibility because he's older. When he speaks, guys listen, and just has a toughness about him, knows how to get to the basket. Another left-handed kid that might be our best athlete, can touch the top of the box. I mean, he's really learning how to play within what we're trying to do, but does things that we didn't have kids that could do last year. Tony Aska is another kid from Meridian, Oklahoma, a junior college transfer, tough as nails, maybe one of the toughest kids I've ever coached. That's the 6'8", 215-pound wrecking ball, knows he's 6'8", plays that way, throws his body around, rebounds, really tries to get others involved. So those are a few guys that we're really counting on right out of the gate that are going to step into some meaningful roles, and there are others, but those three come to mind right off the bat.
You're looking ahead to the beginning of the season. It's already here this weekend. The games count for really, you mentioned the two scrimmages. You're going to a neutral site down in Lancaster, Texas, Cedar Valley College, taking a part of something that's relatively new that the NCAA is allowed to where we're going to be able to get cross conferences within the region, get a chance to play a couple of games that you might not otherwise be able to get to play. And so this year you're going to play University of Maryland and start off with Minot State. Talk about those two teams. Obviously, probably not a whole lot known about them, maybe what you've seen from film last year and stuff, but how big is it to get those in-region games early on, knowing that they can help you out down the year?
We're going to find out a lot about ourselves here the next 2 weeks, opening up with this classic and then going on the road right into conference play. Our first 4 games are all away from home. against great competition. So we're really going to learn a lot about ourselves. We're going to find out where we need to improve, and hopefully some things that we do well. This is a great opportunity for us, as opposed to scheduling a couple games here at home that you feel like you should win if you show up and play halfway decently. We're gonna go right into the fire, and with the group that we have back with Jerron and Kevin, Dion Andrews, some of those guys, we really wanted to challenge ourselves right out of the gate, and not worry so much about playing really well November, December, but we're looking down the road, and these games against Minot and Mary will definitely help us make some minor adjustments, hopefully, going forward. Don't know very much about either one. We've seen what they did last year. Both are respectable teams, and do some things do some things well that we're going to have some trouble with, and we've got to really be aware of. And it's just going to be a great venue for us to play at a neutral site and play two teams that are conference tournament teams.
We appreciate it very much for your time. Again, that's head men's basketball coach Andy Sharpe. The 2015-16 men's basketball season is upon us. Again, tipping off this weekend with a couple of games at a neutral site, taking on Minot State Friday with the tip-off at 5, and then University of Mary on Saturday, another tip-off at 5. Be sure to check MealRiderAthletics.com for all your pre- and post-game coverage. Coach, appreciate it, and best of luck this year.
Thank you.